I've been documenting these strange occurrences in my house lately. It's kind of freaking me out. They've been happening for the last few days. It could be stemming from this sleep paralysis I had as a kid. I dreamed of this child that would come and attack me at night. I don't know who to contact. I don't know what to do. I do know that the first thing I should do is post it on Twitter and the internet. So if everybody could just retweet these messages, it would really help me out to figure out what's going on here. I've been making an effort. I've been making an effort to document these strange happenings. First of which, my shoes are in the middle of the hall. I don't remember putting them there, but it's obviously a hazard and somebody's trying to kill me. On top of that, the recycling has been sitting at the front door. I think something wants me to take it out. On top of this, I have noticed that my discarded water bottles have been appearing in strange patterns throughout the house. Listen, I know these sound like mundane things, but I am really, really shook.
Sit down, and I shall tell you a spooky tale. Ow. Sit right down, and I shall tell you a spooky tale. A tale that's incredibly spooky. It has ghosts and cats, turtle shells falling from the walls, and a green chair in a warehouse. Yes, I'm talking about Adam Ellis on Twitter, who's obviously making things up for views, or he's a fucking idiot. Like any good ghost story, Adam starts out with a background. He's been having nightmares of this child named David, and David's got like his head caved in on one side. It's interesting, right? These ghosts that are haunting him, he's invented a whole backstory for them, right? Oh, I'm sorry, he didn't invent them. He's been having sleep paralysis and they've been coming to him in his dreams. It's just convenient that there's a nice little backstory for all the details. He was talking to this ghost in his dreams, and he was supposed to only ask it two questions, and he asked it 3, and apparently now it wants to kill him for asking the third one because you never ask Dear David the third question. It's just interesting. All these other ghost stories I hear, it's like, oh, I was in a hospital and I saw something run across the floor. Oh, I was in an abandoned asylum and I saw something swoop down from the ceiling. They don't tend to have backstories like this. It's almost like he's inventing it. What started happening in his apartment was, he claims that his cats started going to the front door and meowing exactly at the same time at midnight. They would paw at the bottom of the door, pretend like something was out there, rather act like something was out there. Adam, your cats have to take a piss. Cats do that sometimes when they have to pee. They need the ground, and they want to go out. I don't understand why this one's so weird. Because they're doing it at the same time. So what? I have to piss at the same time all the time. I drink water before I go to bed. I have to pee at like 2 in the morning. Everybody gets up to piss, dude. It's almost always the same time. I always have to poop on the same time in the morning. It's like I'm on a poop circadian rhythm. There's nothing weird about this, man. The next thing that happened was Adam saw something on the outside of his peephole. He said it looked like a smudge, but he couldn't really tell what that is. Honestly, dude, this one I can't really disprove or prove, but here's what I'm going to say. That could literally be anything. Or it could be a smudge. You could have taken it from a slightly different angle. There are so many different things that could have happened here. In another one, he talks about a big old bruise on his arm. How he got this bruise while he was sleeping. He woke from a dream, and he had a bruise. In the dream, he was getting attacked. Do you never like wake up with bruises, dude? You could have hurt yourself, and that became part of the dream. Now, it sounds crazy, but I've had dreams before where I was having a migraine and I woke up and it was happening. So it's not that unusual to, maybe you rolled over and hit your arm on like the bedpost or something, or you had that bruise before you went to bed. Anything could have happened here. It doesn't mean that a child ghost bruised you while you were sleeping. What it means is you have a bruise on your arm. These candles smell really good. Oh, sorry. The next thing that Adam talks about is the fact that he got a bunch of calls with no caller ID. This one could be a little spooky. If he wasn't showing this on social media, Adam, somebody is calling you and fucking with you. Or you're having somebody call you. This is so dumb. You're having a ghost story on the internet. Do you not think one person would have found out your phone number and called you pretending to be a ghost? This one's so dumb. So Adam has been getting real spooked by all these occurrences. His cat's needing to take a piss. Calls from people without an ID. And a bruise that was on his arm. So he's getting real spooked by this, so he sets up a nanny cam while he's gone. And the nanny cam records a ghost chair. It's just rocking back and forth. Here's a couple problems, Adam. Why is your nanny cam in high definition? That must be a huge-ass hard drive to be saving every little movement that your cats do while you're gone. The effect on the chair moving back and forth could have been done with anything. It could have been the cats running past it. Adam could have touched it and then walked off camera and let it record. It could be the wind. He says, oh, I left no windows open and there was no AC. How? So we're just going to take you at your word for that? We just have to believe you? He sees a spooky green chair in a warehouse that's empty. It's not even the same green chair, Adam. There's nothing weird about that. He says, this warehouse is usually bustling. There's usually people in this warehouse. Today it was completely empty, and now there's just a green chair. Again, we have to just trust you on that, don't we, Adam? Also, people move shit from warehouses all the time. I was at a job where we moved everything from the warehouse overnight. It's totally plausible. This isn't a weird thing. Maybe they left the green chair because that's where they were taking breaks on. They needed a chair to sit on while some people moved stuff. Then, when they were done on their break, they'd get up and keep moving things. There's nothing weird about this. He says later he walked back and the warehouse was locked and he couldn't get in. Yeah, dude, they probably saw you walk into the warehouse that you weren't authorized to go in. This plainclothes dipshit just walked right in while we were doing stuff. Adam, you can't just go in random warehouses because they spook ya. And the last thing that happened was this turtle shell fell from his wall, which is a little creepy, except like pictures and shit fall all the time. I have stuff fall because it's not nailed in correctly, and you probably just did kind of an amateur nail job on the turtle shell. Now, it's a coinky-dink that this is all happening at the same time that the spooky stuff's happening, but everything that you're listing here is a coincidence. Either that or you're completely making it up. Nothing here is really that out of the ordinary. Your cats meow at the door at night. You got a bruise on your arm. Your shell fell off the wall. Are any of these things by themselves really strange? Typically when weird stuff is happening, there are things that are strange on their own. If I'm getting robbed, my window getting smashed in is strange. If somebody's stalking me, me seeing someone everywhere is strange. None of these things are strange. A chair rocking by itself is not weird. You having sleep paralysis isn't weird. It's something you've experienced. So why now is it a ghost, Adam? Why now, after you have internet fame and shitty BuzzFeed comics, are you now documenting your ghost adventures? It seems a little fishy, doesn't it?